Hello there. I believe that in the abortion issue there is really only one point to be decided upon. Is it a blob of tissue or a baby? If it is nothing more than a blob of tissue, then snip, chop, pluck, puree away. It is no more significant than disposing of, say, a booger.
Ew, gross.
But if you believe as I do, that it is a human being from the point of conception on, well then, that is quite another thing altogether, isn't it? Many pro-choice advocates might admit that disposing of a human baby is not a comfortable option in the quest to extend a woman's rights. Even they balk at the prospect of murdering an innocent child. Fortunately for them, there is a device initiated to alleviate their ghoulish concerns, the trimester system. Highly trained doctors offer the hope that you are not taking the life of a child. No, it has not yet gained that gold standard of humanity. It is nothing more than a blob of tissue. Now, I could spend hours poring over various journals and scouring the contradictory sites all over the web, trying to determine exactly when the moment occurs that the blob becomes a baby. But wait! There is an easier way. I had a friend, a very intelligent fellow, who quite seriously believed that it was not a human being until it had drawn its first breath free of the birth canal. In other words, blob of tissue, breath, human baby. When I mentioned that I thought this opinion showed ignorance, he stormed off. It was then that the idea of a simple thought experiment came to me. If we could prove that there was a specific time when the blob became a baby, we would then be able to abort without the messy moral dilemma that we may have just murdered an innocent child. So let's go to the crossover point between the first and second trimester, or when week number 12 becomes week number 13. Many would support the hypothesis that the fetus is a blob within the first trimester, but becomes a human being, a baby, in the second. So let us focus on the 11th hour. Watch the second hand creep past the midnight hour. Blob, 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 baby, 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 baby. In essence, not much more supportable than my friend's assumptions, is it? But let's push the clock back to the extreme, to the point of fertilization of the ovum, the exact second the merging DNA creates the zygote. Blob, 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 baby, 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 baby. You see, any man-made system of determining the sentiency of a human being is entirely arbitrary, simply made up. In spite of decades of scholarly work in this arena, no one can say with any certainty when a blob becomes a baby. If you want to use any such system, you may as well simply toss a coin to decide. It really is that simple. For my money, I will bank on the traditional supportable fact that a human is a human from the point of conception throughout all of their developmental stages and on through their deaths, and in my faith, even beyond that. So now that we have discovered the truth, that no one can make this determination, it is left to you individually to decide if there is ever a case where a woman's legal rights extend to such extremes as to murder an innocent human being. The question of whether it is a blob of tissue or a baby has been dealt with. Well, time is fleeting, so I thank you for spending some of it with me. Take care, and God bless.